The Red Sea is a vital artery for global trade, connecting Europe and Asia through its narrow straits. Control here means economic and strategic power, something empires and superpowers have long understood. Now, Turkey, led by President Erdogan, is making a bold move toward Eritrea, aiming to expand its influence in the Horn of Africa. Eritrea, once one of the world's most isolated nations, is opening up to Ankara's overtures. For Turkey, it's a chance to secure a strategic foothold. For Eritrea, a way to break its diplomatic isolation. This partnership could disrupt the balance maintained by Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE, who have deep interests in the Red Sea. Turkey's arrival signals a potential realignment of regional power, with consequences for trade, security, and alliances. The stage is set for a new chapter in the geopolitics of the Red Sea. Turkey's ambitions in the Horn of Africa are part of a long-term strategy, not a sudden shift. Over the past decade, Ankara has combined humanitarian aid, economic investment, and military presence to build influence, most notably in Somalia. Turkey's involvement began with aid during Somalia's famine, but quickly expanded to rebuilding infrastructure and training the Somali army at Camp Turksom, its largest overseas base. This approach has made Turkey a key player in Somalia, providing a model for its broader regional ambitions. The goal, a network of friendly ports and partnerships along the African coast, securing maritime supply lines and projecting power. The move toward Eritrea is the next logical step, extending Turkey's reach into a critical maritime choke point. By replicating its Somalia playbook, Turkey aims to cement its status as a major regional actor. The Horn of Africa is now central to Ankara's vision of renewed global influence. Eritrea's true value lies in its geography, over 1 to 100 kilometers of Red Sea coastline, right next to the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. Its deep water ports, Massawa and Assab, are prime assets for any power seeking a foothold in this vital corridor. Massawa serves the north. Assab, closer to the strait, holds even greater strategic promise. These ports have been underused due to Eritrea's isolation, but peace with Ethiopia briefly revived their potential as gateways for regional trade. Turkey sees an opportunity where others, like the UAE, have pulled back. Gaining access to Massawa or Assab would let Turkey establish a permanent naval presence in the Red Sea, complementing its base in Somalia. This would transform Turkey into a two-ocean power, stretching from the Mediterranean to the Indian Ocean. The ports are dormant assets, waiting for the right partner to unlock their potential. Turkey and Eritrea's cooperation is quietly deepening, built on mutual need and shared strategic interests. For Eritrea's President Afwerki, Turkey offers partnership without political lectures, an appealing alternative to Western or Arab powers. High-level visits and discreet talks hint at deals on port modernization, mining, and military collaboration. Turkey may provide advanced drones and military training in exchange for access to a port, likely Massawa. For Eritrea, this means economic revival and a security guarantee. For Turkey, a strategic base in the Red Sea. Both sides stand to gain, fundamentally altering the Horn of Africa's balance. This pragmatic alliance is reshaping the region's strategic landscape. Turkey's Red Sea ambitions have alarmed regional heavyweights, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE. These countries see a Turkish military presence in Eritrea as a direct challenge to their influence and security. Egypt especially fears encirclement, while the UAE resents Ankara's success, where it once held sway. Global powers are also watching closely. The US and Europe worry about Turkey's independent foreign policy complicating security operations. China, with its own base in Djibouti, may see Turkey as both a competitor and a counterweight to Western dominance. Russia, eyeing its own Red Sea base, could follow Turkey's example, increasing militarization in the region. The Red Sea is becoming a crowded, contested space, with new rivalries and shifting alliances. Turkey's move is forcing every player to rethink their strategy. If Turkey secures a naval base in Eritrea, the regional landscape could shift dramatically. A Turkish facility would start small, but could grow, enabling Ankara to project power across the Red Sea and Indian Ocean. This could trigger a strategic realignment, with Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE forming a bloc to counter Turkey, potentially sparking an arms race or proxy conflicts. Alternatively, rivals might seek accommodation, leading to a new, multipolar security order where Turkey is accepted as a legitimate player. For Eritrea, Turkish investment could transform Massawa into a major commercial hub, benefiting Ethiopia and the wider region. If tensions ease, the Red Sea could see economic integration and development. If not, instability could threaten global trade. The future likely holds a mix of competition, cooperation, and transformation. Turkey's presence will be a catalyst for change, one way or another. The Turkey-Eritrea partnership marks a turning point for the Red Sea, shattering the old balance of power. Turkey's entry forces all stakeholders, regional and global, to reassess their strategies. The Red Sea is now a microcosm of global competition, with Turkey joining the US, China, and others in a crowded arena. For Eritrea, Turkish investment could mean economic revival, but also new risks from militarization and regional rivalries. The outcome will shape whether the Red Sea remains a secure trade route or becomes a flashpoint for conflict. As of October 2025, this strategic dance is one of the world's most important stories. The world's reliance on Red Sea trade means everyone has a stake in what happens next. Turkey has made its move. The region and the world